Welcome to today's edition of 3-Minute Halacha. The Gemara in Brachot and Daf Lamed Tet Amud Aleph teaches that if someone cooks a vegetable in a liquid and wishes then to drink the broth, the soup that came from those vegetables, the bracha would be the same bracha as the vegetable itself, which would be the ha'adamah. The reason is that the taste of the vegetable was imparted into the water. The term for this in the Gemara is mei silka, kesilka. The liquid of the cooked vegetable has the same halacha as the cooked vegetable. The same, of course, would hold true if you made a soup from fruit. In that case, the bracha over that soup would be a borei pri ha'etz. But if that's the case, what about coffee? Shouldn't we make the bracha of ha'etz when drinking a cup of coffee? The answer is that the common custom for a bracha on coffee is shahakol. Ber Hetev says this very clearly, Siman Reish Bet, Siv Katan Yutet. But why? Some say the reason is because the water is truly the main ingredient in a cup of coffee, and water has a bracha of shahakol. In addition, the cooking of the coffee is done for the water and not the coffee beans, as the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch notes in chapter 53, paragraph 3. In fact, if someone were to eat the coffee grounds after coffee was produced, there's no bracha that would ever be recited on it. It's not something normal. And so no bracha would have to be made. There is even, however, a bigger controversy regarding what is the concluding bracha you would make on boiling hot coffee. Normally, if you drink a liquid, the bracha, if it is a shahakol beforehand, is definitely a borei nefashot afterwards. And sometimes where there's a mizonot, in a kind of soup like a thick barley soup, then you'd have to make an alamichya. But still, we always say that there is a clear bracha achrona. The problem is when drinking a hot cup of coffee, you can't drink enough coffee, a revi'it, 3.3 ounces, within the amount of time necessary for it to require a bracha. A term known in halacha as kedei shtiyat revi'it. Some say that amount of time that you would have to drink those 3+ ounces is about a minute. That was Rabbi Belsky Zatzal's position. Rabbi Binyamin Zilber held that it was 2 minutes, whereas the Rivavos Ephraim, Rabbi Ephraim Greenblatt, in volume 4, Tshuva 53, says that the amount of time you'd have to drink the 3 ounces is only 20 seconds. If that's the case, you can't make a concluding bracha, a bracha achrona. However, Rabbi Shlomo Zalman disagreed, and he said coffee is meant to drink hot, and therefore it's the normal way to take a long time to drink, and you would make a borei nefashot. This position is found in the Shmirat Shabbat Hilchata, chapter 54, footnote 96. Nevertheless, the opinion of many poskim is that a bracha achrona is not recited on hot coffee. See the Aruch HaShulchan and Reish Bet, Sif Zayin, or the Mishnah Berurah in Reish Yud, Sif Katan Aleph. Others, however, say that in order to fulfill all opinions, one should let the coffee cool off a bit and leave at least a revi'it, that those 3 some ounces for the end when you can drink it quickly and therefore be able to recite the borei nefashot. That's the position of the Mishnah Berurah in Reish Yud. One final thing, if a person smells coffee, they also need to make a bracha on it according to some positions. Mishnah Berurah suggests that the bracha would be anoten reach tov beperot, that God gave a beautiful aroma into fruits. This is mentioned in the Mishnah Berurah, Reish Tet Zayin, Sif Katan Yud Tet Zayin. However, others suggest that there is no bracha on the smelling of the coffee. That's the position of the Kaf HaChaim and the Birkot HaReach, etc. And that is also more common of a position.